Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. A world stage has three very strong leaders. Each leader has a different idea for their country's future. In Japan, Sanae Takaichi is a new, powerful person. In the United States, Donald Trump is back for a second time as president. In China, Xi Jinping continues to lead his nation. These three leaders will make important choices. Their decisions will change how countries talk to each other. They will also change how people buy and sell things. The technology we use every day may also be different. This story is about these three people, Sanae Takaichi, Donald Trump, and Xi Jinping. It will look at the changes they may bring to the world. Sanae Takaichi is a leader in Japan. She has strong ideas about her country. She wants Japan to be powerful and safe. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. He believes in putting America first. This means focusing on American jobs and businesses. Xi Jinping leads China. He has big plans for his country's future, especially in technology and trade. Each of these leaders has a clear vision. Takaichi wants Japan to be strong and independent. Trump wants to put American interests above all others. Xi Jinping wants China to be a world leader. These different ideas will create a new world. How will their leadership affect international relations? Will countries work together more or less? How will global trade change? Will it be easier or harder to buy goods from other nations? What about technology? Will new rules appear for how we use and share technology around the world? These are important questions. This book will explore these questions. It will show how the actions of these three leaders can shape the world for many years. Their choices will touch many parts of our lives. Understanding their plans is important to see what the future may hold. 2. Japan's new path. Sanae Takaichi has taken on the role of Japan's new leader. She is a woman known for her very strong and traditional ideas about how Japan should be. Many people recognize her for her conservative way of thinking. Because of her firm beliefs and clear vision, some have started to call her Japan's Iron Lady. She truly believes in making Japan a powerful country that can stand on its own. A big part of her plan is about Japan's money and economy. She has created a special economic strategy, and it is known as Sanaenomics. This plan is very important for setting Japan on a new path for its future. Sanaenomics has two main parts that work together. The first important part is to protect Japan's most valuable technologies. These technologies are like the special secrets and inventions that help Japan be a leader in many areas. Takaichi wants to make sure that this knowledge stays safe within Japan. This means preventing other countries from easily getting or copying Japan's advanced ideas and products. By keeping these technologies secure, Japan can continue to innovate and stay ahead in fields such as advanced manufacturing, robotics, and new green energy solutions. This protection is key to Japan's long-term strength and its place in the global market. The second important part of Sanaenomics is to help Japan's economy grow much larger and stronger. Takaichi plans to put money into new and developing industries. She wants to give support to businesses that are creating fresh ideas and products. This focus on new growth will help to create many new jobs for people all over the country. Her plan is to build a Japan that is more self-reliant. This means the country will depend less on others for important goods and services. It is about making Japan's own businesses and workers produce more of what the country needs. Sanae Takaichi's vision for Japan is very clear. She wants a nation that is strong in its economy and fully able to make its own choices. She is confident that by carefully guarding its advanced technology and by strongly supporting its own businesses, Japan can become even more successful than before. This new direction is a big change for the country. It will shape how Japan works with other nations and how it stands in the world. Her economic decisions will greatly affect the daily lives of many Japanese people and the country's overall standing on the global stage for years to come. 3. A stronger nation. Sanae Takaichi has a clear vision for Japan's future. She believes Japan needs to be stronger, not only in its economy but also in its defense. Her goal is to build a more powerful Japanese military. For many years, Japan has focused on peace and has kept its military small. Takaichi wants to change this. She sees a clear need for Japan to protect itself better and to be ready for any new challenges that might arise in the region and around the world. This desire for a stronger military is part of a larger plan. Takaichi wants Japan to take a bigger role in keeping the world safe. She believes Japan should be more active in global security. This means Japan might send its forces to help in international peace efforts more often. It also means Japan would speak with a stronger voice on world issues, especially those about safety and defense. This is a new path for the country. It shows a Japan that is more confident and ready to act on the world stage, taking on more responsibilities. A stronger, more assertive Japan will likely change its relationships with other countries, especially its neighbors. One of the most important relationships is with China. Japan and China are close geographically and have a long history. They are also major economic powers. A more powerful Japan could lead to new ways of working together, discussing regional issues, but it could also create new tensions. China is a very strong country, and Japan's new military focus will be watched closely by Beijing. How these two powerful nations interact will be key for peace and stability in Asia. Another important relationship is Japan's long-standing alliance with the United States. For many decades, the United States has been a strong partner, helping to protect Japan. This partnership is very old and very important for both countries. With Japan wanting a more powerful military and a bigger role in global security, the alliance could change. Japan might want to be a more equal partner, taking on more responsibilities itself. This could mean fewer American troops in Japan or different kinds of military cooperation. The United States will need to adjust to Japan's new approach, finding new ways to work together. Takaichi's plans show a Japan that is ready to stand up for itself and play a larger part in the world. This new direction will have big effects on Asia and beyond. It will shape how Japan works with its neighbors and its longtime allies. The world will watch to see how Japan's new strength changes the balance of power and global security in the coming years. This is a significant shift for a nation that has historically chosen a different path, marking a new chapter for Japan's international presence. 4. America First again. Donald Trump is now serving his second term as the President of the United States. His return to office means the continuation of a key idea called America First. This policy puts the United States' own needs and goals above all others. It is a central belief that guides many decisions made by his government, both at home and abroad. The main purpose of America First is to make sure that American jobs are safe and that American businesses can grow strong. President Trump believes that by focusing on these things, the country will become more powerful and successful. This means his government looks for ways to help American workers and companies first. For example, decisions are often made to encourage manufacturing inside the United States. The idea is to create more work opportunities for people living in the country. This focus on domestic growth is a big part of his plan, aiming to bring back industries that might have moved to other nations. He often speaks about the importance of buying American products and supporting local companies. This approach also changes how the United States works with other countries. In foreign policy, America First means that the national interests of the United States come first. When making agreements or talking with other nations, the government asks, "How does this help America?" This can lead to new types of relationships with allies and partners around the world. The goal is to ensure that any international deal or partnership directly benefits the American people. This often means carefully reviewing existing treaties and agreements to see if they still serve American interests best. If not, the administration might seek to change them or withdraw from them. President Trump's focus on national interests can be seen in many areas. For example, his administration might review old international agreements related to security or climate. If an agreement is seen as not fair to the United States, or if it does not help American businesses enough, the government might try to change it. Sometimes, this means leaving an agreement or making a new one. This way of thinking shapes how the U.S. acts in global discussions, from trade talks to security matters. The aim is always to achieve the best outcome for the United States, its economy, and its citizens, ensuring that American strength is maintained. The America First policy is not just about what happens inside the country. It also guides how the United States acts on the world stage. The government looks at global issues through the lens of American benefit. This means that decisions about international aid, military actions, or diplomatic relations are all considered in terms of how they serve the core idea. The president wants to ensure that the United States is always in a strong position, both economically and politically. This second term continues to show a clear path where American interests are the top priority in every decision, aiming to reshape the global landscape to better suit the nation's perceived needs. 5. Changing the rules of trade. President Donald Trump, in his second term, continued to focus on his country's interests. One big part of this was changing how the United States traded with other nations. He believed that trade rules needed to benefit American workers and businesses first. This approach was central to his overall policy direction. A key tool President Trump used was tariffs. Tariffs are like special taxes added to goods that come from other countries. For example, if a car is made in another country and shipped to the United States, a tariff might be added to its price. The idea behind these tariffs was to make products made in America more attractive. If foreign goods cost more due to tariffs, then American-made goods might seem cheaper by comparison. This could encourage people to buy products made inside the United States, supporting local industries and jobs. These trade policies could change many things for everyday people. When tariffs are put on imported goods, the cost of those goods usually goes up. This means that items like clothes, electronics, or even food from other countries could become more expensive in stores. Businesses that rely on parts from abroad might also see their costs increase. This could then lead to higher prices for their own products, or they might choose to find new suppliers closer to home. The goal was to boost industries within America, but the effects were felt worldwide. The way the United States worked with its old friends also began to change. For many years, America had strong trade agreements with countries in Europe and Asia. These agreements were often made between many countries at once, creating large trade groups. However, President Trump preferred a different approach. He wanted to make deals with countries one at a time, focusing on single, direct agreements. This shift meant moving away from big group agreements and towards one-on-one deals. For example, instead of working with a large trade bloc, the United States might negotiate a special trade deal with just one European country. This new way of trading could create unique opportunities for some nations. However, it also created uncertainty for the global economy and for businesses that had relied on older multi-country agreements. Old alliances built on shared trade rules faced new challenges. Countries had to decide how to respond to these new rules, sometimes putting them in difficult positions. The global system of trade, which had many shared agreements, began to look different. This focus on individual deals meant that each country's relationship with the United States became more distinct. The future of international trade was indeed changing, with new rules being written by these actions. 6. The Chinese Dream. President Xi Jinping is the powerful leader of China. He holds a very important position, guiding the nation's path forward. Under his leadership, China has a clear and long-term vision for its future. This grand plan is known as the Chinese Dream. It is a big idea that aims to make China a strong, modern, and respected country. The Chinese Dream is also about improving the lives of all its citizens, giving them a better future with more prosperity and opportunities. It looks towards a time when China stands tall on the world stage, recognized for its achievements and strength. A central part of this national vision is an important initiative called Made in China 2025. This plan has a very ambitious goal. China wants to become a world leader in key technologies. It aims to be at the forefront of innovation and production in many important sectors. For instance, the plan focuses on making China the best in areas like robotics, advanced information technology, and electric vehicles. It also targets leadership in aerospace equipment, new energy, and artificial intelligence. This means China is investing heavily in creating its own advanced products and systems, moving away from simply manufacturing goods designed elsewhere. To achieve these goals, China is strongly focusing on its own technological growth. The government and companies are putting a lot of resources into research and development. They want to invent new technologies and improve existing ones quickly. This effort aims to reduce China's reliance on technology from other countries, making it more independent. By developing its own high-tech industries, China plans to be more self-sufficient and competitive. This focus helps Chinese businesses grow and compete globally, not just at home. It also creates many high-skilled jobs for people within the country, raising living standards. The idea is to build a strong, independent technological base that can drive China's economy for many years to come. This push for technological leadership is a significant step in the Chinese dream. It shows China's ambition to move beyond being just a manufacturing hub for other nations. Instead, it wants to be a global innovator, setting new standards in technology. As China's economy grows stronger and its technology becomes more advanced, its influence around the world also increases. This growing power creates new opportunities for international cooperation and trade, as countries seek to engage with China's advancements. However, it also brings new questions and challenges for other nations as they adapt to China's changing role on the global stage. The Chinese dream is shaping not only China, but also the wider world in profound ways. 7. Building a new world. President Xi Jinping leads China with a clear vision for the future. A very big part of this vision is known as the Belt and Road Initiative. This plan is about building new ways for countries to connect and trade with each other. It is one of the largest projects of its kind in the world. China is working hard to create a huge network of new trade routes. These routes include many different types of infrastructure. For example, China is helping to build new roads that stretch across continents. It is also funding the construction of modern ports where large ships can load and unload goods. Furthermore, new railway lines are being built to carry products quickly over long distances. All these efforts are designed to make it much easier and faster for goods to move around the globe. The Belt and Road Initiative has a very wide reach. Its main goal is to connect Asia with other important parts of the world. This means linking countries in Asia with those in Africa. It also aims to create stronger connections with countries across Europe. Imagine a web of roads, railways, and sea routes that make global trade simpler and more efficient for many nations. This network helps China to send its products to new markets and to receive goods from many different places. Through this initiative, China is using its strong economy to increase its influence around the world. When China helps a country build a new port or a new road, it often provides money and workers. This assistance can help developing countries improve their own infrastructure. In return, these countries often become closer partners with China. This creates new economic ties and strengthens political relationships. The building of these new routes helps China in several ways. It opens up new markets for Chinese goods, helping Chinese businesses to grow even more. It also makes it easier for China to get the natural resources it needs from other countries. This makes China's economy even stronger and more connected to the global system. The Belt and Road Initiative is a very ambitious plan. It offers many opportunities for countries that join it. They can get better infrastructure and new chances for economic growth. However, it also brings new challenges. Some people worry about the debt that some countries might take on to participate in these projects. Others wonder about the growing power of China on the world stage. This initiative is truly reshaping how countries interact, trade, and build their futures together. It is a key part of China's plan to build a new world. 8. A more competitive world. The world stage is now set with 3 strong leaders. Sanae Takaichi in Japan, Donald Trump in the United States, and Xi Jinping in China each have a clear path for their nations. Their different ideas are now meeting, creating a new global environment. This chapter looks at what happens when these powerful visions come together. Both Sanae Takaichi and Donald Trump focus on putting their own country first. Takaichi wants a stronger Japan. She aims to protect its important technologies and grow its economy independently. She also wants Japan to have a more powerful military and a bigger role in world safety. This means Japan will look out for its own interests more. President Trump's America First policy focuses on American jobs, businesses, and national needs above all else. He uses tariffs, taxes on goods from other countries to help American companies. He prefers one-on-one deals instead of working with large groups. Both leaders want their nations to be strong and independent, prioritizing their own benefit. In contrast, President Xi Jinping of China has a vision that reaches across the world. His Chinese dream aims to make China a leader in many areas. The Made in China 2025 plan is about making China the best in new technologies. Beyond this, China is building new connections everywhere through the Belt and Road Initiative. This involves building roads, ports, and railways to connect Asia with Africa and Europe. These projects help China trade more easily and grow its influence far from its borders. While Takaichi and Trump focus inward, Xi Jinping looks outward, building a network of global power. When these different ideas meet, the world becomes more competitive. Takaichi and Trump's focus on national interests can mean less cooperation with other countries. They might not join big international agreements if these do not directly help their nations. This can make it harder for countries to work together on global problems. At the same time, Xi Jinping's growing global reach can challenge nations trying to protect their own economies and power. For instance, as China leads in technology, other countries might worry about their own companies. As China builds new trade routes, some nations might see this as a way for China to become too powerful. This meeting of visions creates a world where countries compete more. They compete for economic power, technological leadership, and global influence. Instead of working together easily, nations might try to gain an advantage over others. Trade wars, where countries put taxes on each other's goods, could become more common. Countries might also try to develop their own technologies faster to avoid relying on others. This means that important decisions will often be made with each country thinking about its own benefit first. The old ways of international cooperation might change, leading to a new time where self-interest drives many global actions. The actions of Sanae Takaichi, Donald Trump, and Xi Jinping are shaping a new world. It is a world where nations are more focused on their own needs and goals. This focus brings both opportunities and challenges. Countries may become stronger by themselves, but working together on big global issues might become harder. The story of what happens when these three powerful visions meet on the world stage is still being written. It promises a future that is more competitive, where each nation strives to lead in its own way.